Hi, welcome to the Week 2 Mental Immunity Program. When you face any tough situation, what do you do? To find out, I would like you to close your eyes and see yourself in April 2020, staying home, quarantined. Now zoom out your focus to see the whole 2020. See yourself going back to your routines, your training, school, college, office. Further zoom out and see 2019, 2020, 2021. Keep zooming out till you see the whole timeline of your life. You will see a start where you were born and an end when you will die. And there's a long line between these 2 points. That's your timeline. You will see small dots of different past and future events, your graduation, first medal, tournament win, first job. Once you see this timeline clearly, I would like you to look for this lockdown phase on the timeline. Difficult to find, right? Look carefully. You will see a small dot. Once you see that, open your eyes. The event that you now see as a never-ending thing is actually nothing more than a small dot when you see the bigger picture. But like any other event in your life, this one is also important. Why? Because the meaning that you give to the situation is more important than the situation itself. What you do now will have an impact on your next few years. There are 3 broad ways of responding to any tough situation. 1. Careless casual. 2. Challenge. 3. Threat or panic. To understand and apply these responses, we will develop a response meter. This meter is similar to the speedometer that you see on your vehicle, where you see 0, which is no speed, and 120, full speed. Similarly, on our response meter, there's 0, which is no response. We will call it as careless casual. To 120, which is full response, we will call it threat or panic. There's also economy speed on the speedometer, somewhere from 50 to 70. On our response meter, that's challenge. So, when you are on 0, casual careless, there's no response. There's no situation awareness and also no responsibility awareness. The objective here is to kill time. Give excuses for not doing things instead of taking charge of the situation or facing the situation. People here tend to run away from the situation and their responsibilities and commitments. We call this behavior as flight. The other extreme is threat or panic. People here focus on the situation and factors that are beyond their control. In casual careless, we see lot of excuses, and in threat and panic, there's lot of blaming. Blaming people, blaming government, blaming virus, China, destiny. The behavioral response here is fight or freeze. Now you can't actually go out and fight with people, but if you look inside, you are fighting in your mind. When you are focusing only on the situation and don't see what you can do in the situation, you feel you don't have any control over the situation and your life. This either creates anger or helplessness. When it creates anger, your thoughts, words and expressions become violent. You hear people saying government should shoot those who don't follow the law, or we are suffering because of a few beep, beep, beep. This is not going to help the situation get better, but will create more problems. So please stop blaming and fighting. Okay, the other response to this is freeze. The focus here is so much on the uncontrollables or the situation that you start feeling helpless and then the mind goes blank. You can't think properly, you feel lost. So after 0 and 120, let's look at our economy speed, which is challenge. When you are on challenge, you are aware of the situation, but you don't overload yourself with too much or unnecessary information. You only take that information which is required to understand the situation. Your focus is more on the things that are within your control. So you focus here more on staying safe, healthy, having a good routine, learning new skill. This gives you a sense of some control over the situation and your life. We call this a flow response, where you take charge of the controllables and your day flows nice and smooth. The important thing here is to understand what you can control and what cannot. So this flow is all okay when I stay at home and take charge, but I am an outdoor person and I don't like to stay at home. What do I do with that? Going out is not in your control. So what do? You can't fight, waste of energy. You can't say who cares and go out just because you want to. What do you do when you can't swim against the current? You hold on to something and float. Hang in there till the current of the river go weaker and then take charge and start swimming again. That's what you do when things are not in your control. You float, wait for the time to pass, and when you see something coming in your control, take charge and start flowing again. So, coming back to our response meter, like the speedometer, the indicator here is also not stationary. It keeps moving between 0 to 120. And it's okay. You don't have to feel bad or guilty about it. But whenever you realize that you have moved away from challenge, try to come back to challenge. Stay there whenever you can. And how do you stay there? 1. Control the controllables. 2. Stay committed to improvement and happiness. So, here is your exercise for this week. 1. I would like you to rate yourself on your response meter. How do you see the situation? 2. Choose at least one goal. The more the better, but at least one goal for every section. I commit myself to improvement of self, family and friends, and sport or work. See you next Friday. Till then, bye-bye. Stay safe, stay home, happy and healthy. Thank you.